am Jen McQuay, a certified personal trainer and registered yoga teacher at the 500-hour level, plus accessible yoga certified as well. You can find me at Fitness Plus in Cape Girardeau, where I am a personal trainer and group fitness instructor. So today I'm going to be talking to you about why we need a balance of that cardio, strength, flexibility, mobility, and the benefits of all of those. So let's start with cardiovascular exercise. So cardio for our heart, lungs, vascular system. Think about activities like swimming, dancing, walking, biking, running, the elliptical, or other equipment at the gym that you might use. And again, we are trying to get that heart rate up. So let's talk about the benefits of cardiovascular exercise. So it is going to help reduce blood pressure. It is going to help strengthen that heart muscle and improve the pumping efficiency. We think about the calorie burn, improving metabolism, enhancing endurance by improving that oxygen uptake and delivery, and even reducing fatigue, increasing your energy levels, and even releasing natural mood boosters like those endorphins, which is going to help reduce those stress hormones and really help improve stress management. It also can help to stimulate bone growth and that mineralization, which is going to help reduce the risk of osteoporosis. So even improve sleep quality, reducing the risk of certain cancers, boosting the immune system, even improving cognitive function, memory, and slowing down the aging process. So definitely lots of benefits of our cardiovascular exercise. So we are aiming for at least 150 minutes a week of moderate intensity or 75 minutes a week of vigorous intensity. So get that cardiovascular exercise in. Next, we're going to talk about the importance of strength training. So strength training is putting the muscles under that resistance. So you can start with body weight. You can use bands, dumbbells, kettlebells, machines at the gym, just looking to put that muscle under resistance and help build that strength. So many benefits of strength training as well. Of course, stronger muscles, but so many other benefits. It can also help improve your bone density, reduces your risk of injury, improve your power, endurance, improve your balance, coordination. Another benefit is the more lean muscle you have, the higher your basal metabolic rate is, which is more calorie burn. So people always ask, what's the best fat burner? Strength training. It also is going to help with your mental health and mood, but then we also think about longevity, your activities of daily living as we age, because we do start losing muscle mass as early as age 35. So if you are worried about getting bulky or gaining too much muscle, that is a myth. We want to gradually progress. We want to increase weights at a safe pace, but really consistency is key. So you meet yourself where you are. Maybe you start with body weight, then move up to bands or dumbbells and machines, but everything is a gradual build. So you want to gradually increase the amount of weight that you are lifting, but do not fear strength training. It is so important for so many different reasons. So hit some body weight activities or grab some dumbbells, hit the gym, hit some machines, but really making that strength training a priority really has benefits that will last throughout the ages. We'll go into mobility. So mobility and flexibility, stretching, these pieces are so often overlooked and they are just as important as the cardiovascular exercise and that strength training. So with mobility, joints stiffen and lose range of motion over time. So we need to keep them moving. So this mobility work, just like these movements shown here, you're taking the joints through its range of motion, and always think motion is lotion. We want a dynamic warm-up before our exercise, even if it's just 5 to 10 minutes, but we don't want to start our strength training cold or without warming up because it leads to injury. Think about a cold rubber band versus a warm rubber band. So we really want to make sure that the body is warmed up, that all of the muscles we're going to be using in the workout or activity, that it's nice and warmed up, and that everything is feeling good before we start to load weight or bring more resistance training on there. And now we go into the flexibility or the stretching piece. So this is where we want to position it after our workouts. So holding those static stretches, just easing into this nice, gentle stretch. So again, we want to really place this after our workouts, or maybe on a rest day, or just a day when you need a little bit of stretching and work to help the body feel a little bit better if you've been really active. It's just a really good way to stretch everything out and feel so much better. So many benefits of our stretching and flexibility work. So we can work on improving that flexibility by lengthening the muscle connective tissues, and it just helps to allow for a wider range of motion. It helps reduce the risk of injury, and then also helps improve your posture, improve circulation, even blood flow to the brain. And again, even that increased blood flow, again, helping with muscle soreness and recovery, especially after your strength training days or days where you've had longer cardio sessions and the body is just holding onto that tension or tightness. The stretching and flexibility work is so important. So really thinking about also the piece that it can add stress relief and that mind-body connection. When you add in breath work, that is why I absolutely love a good yoga practice. It can help your sleep, just ease into that bedtime routine, and just a nice stretch before bed is really nice as well. So, these options here are really good. You can even do them from your bed, but just think about lengthening, stretching, meeting yourself where you are, taking these stretching and flexibility movements and exercises just nice and gentle. And it is such an amazing piece that you can add into your practice. All right, let's take a little break and try out some chair yoga. So this can be done from a chair, your couch, anywhere where you feel comfortable. But let's take a few moments here and try it out. Give the body a little movement, a little stretch, and I'll check back in just a moment. Hello and welcome to Chair Yoga with Jen McQuay. I am so excited that you are joining us today for this practice. So settle on in, find a chair that you feel comfortable in, maybe a yoga block or something to put underneath the feet, just so you can bring the feet up to have a good connection. So sit up nice and tall, maybe bring a hand to the heart, to the belly, close the eyes, and let's take a few moments here to settle in. Notice the breath and start to slow things down. Then we'll start to move and flow with your breath. So a nice big inhale to float the arms up overhead, palms to join, hands to heart center. Take a few of these sun breaths. Everything moves with your pace at your breath. Starting to wake up through those arms and shoulders. Float those arms up, hands to heart center. And now we'll start to move into a side stretch flow. So stay rooted and grounded through your seat, and then float one arm up and over. Maybe the gaze stays down at the floor for a little more balance. But feel that stretch down each side body and just starting to gently move that spine side to side. So feel that gentle stretch. And take that side bend to a point that feels safe in your body. Now we'll take a seated twist. So again, staying nice and tall through the spine. Just that little rotation, giving that gentle wringing out of the spine. With any seated twist, take it to a place that feels best for you, and then we'll switch sides. And tall through the spine, little by little, find that stopping point of your twist. Feeling that gentle compression in the belly, and then releasing back to center. And then taking some little Shiva circles here, some nice rounds. I usually like to remove my foot from the prop just to kind of give a little more balance on the feet. So nice gentle rounds, and then rise back up, replanting the feet. Let's take a seated cat-cow. So stretching the back and the spine. Slide the hands to the knees, tuck the chin to the chest, and then draw these shoulders back. So that gentle stretch for the back and the spine here in this seated cat-cow. And taking those movements to a point that feels safe. Floating those arms up overhead, and then finding a cactus. And then we'll close and open, move and flow with your breath here. So we are opening across the heart. So move with your breath at your pace. So that gentle rounding of the upper back, and then opening wide. So that nice cactus flow. Maybe bringing the hands to the shoulders, taking some shoulder circles, just bringing some movement here. You can even release the hands down and roll those shoulders back to front, front to back. Help break up some of that tension and tightness that lives in those shoulders. And then a little stretch here for the neck. So slowly take that gaze up and down. Everything is only to a point that feels safe in your body. So you get that gentle stretch on the back of the neck, front side of the throat, and just take that little movement now right and left. So nice and gentle, always with the neck, just moving to a point that feels safe, just to that point where you feel that stretch. And then maybe take some small circles with the nose, just bringing that gentle movement to the neck, a few in the opposite direction, and release back to center. Moving to the lower body, we'll take a little bend and straighten of that leg. If you have a yoga strap or a belt, you can loop that around the foot, giving a little more control of the leg as well. So use these props to your advantage to help assist in your poses and postures. So that little bend and straighten helps wake up through the leg. And then we're going to take a hinge open. So hinge, open, and close through that hip. And you can keep the strap around the leg, or you can hold the knee. So really little by little opening through that hip. And then take it around in some little circles, a few in each direction, just bringing some movement and mobility to that hip. Then we'll hold the leg out, point and flex that foot, or take some ankle rotations. And then let's repeat with the other side. So start with that bend and straighten. Again, use that strap. It is there if you need it. You can use an old tie or a belt. It helps just to hold the leg up. So either way, it's always there if you need it. So that bend and straighten, and then right into that hip hinge, open and closed. So start nice and gentle, meet each hip where it is, just little by little opening. And then take that hip around in some circles, a few in each direction, just bringing some mobility there. And then we'll get that point and flex, stretching through that shin and calf, some ankle rotations. And then we'll settle in here. Bring one hand to the heart, one to the belly, and take a few moments to check in with the body after that movement, after that stretch. Reconnect with the breath and slow things down. So thank you so much for practicing with me here today. So I hope you can see the benefits of all three. So our cardiovascular exercise, our strength training, and then that mobility and flexibility piece. And I do hope you find a way to incorporate all three of these into your health and wellness routines. So thank you for joining me today, and please reach out if you need more individualized help, including personal training or some yoga offerings. And just remember, your health is wealth. Take care of the mind, the body, and the spirit by making sure that you are giving it everything it needs for all three areas. So the cardiovascular exercise, that strength training, and then that mobility, flexibility, and even that relaxation and stress release piece. So thank you again for joining me today, and I hope you have a wonderful day.